This week, a federal judge gave Elon Musk and the SEC 2 weeks to settle a dispute about whether Musk violated the settlement he had agreed to back in October. Judge Allison Nathan told both sides to, quote, take a deep breath and put on their reasonableness pants. I'm unfamiliar with these pants, but I like the approach that the judge is taking.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to take that home and use it on my kids once or twice in the coming week. Listen, this is such a battleground stock. I really do feel sorry for anyone who is exceptionally overweight in this company, because it's got to be tough to sleep at night if you are. Probably the worst thing about this is that I'm not surprised at all. I think that the trouble with being a publicly traded company is that Tesla, the business, is going to be held to these arbitrary benchmarks on a quarterly basis when it comes to producing cars. And what we're finding now, and I'm sure that what Elon Musk has known for a while, it's very difficult to make and sell cars. And so I think the bigger question for Tesla, really for me, I think they've clearly established themselves as a viable competitor in the space. But you look at the business itself, it's anything but simple, the capital structure. And so I start thinking ahead to when the next recession hits, because we know that's when, not if. What happens to this stock when that next recession hits? Because I think that the space is only going to get more and more difficult now, more and more competitive. From a management perspective, it's probably better if Musk just quits poking the bear and just focus on actually running the company. But clearly he likes stirring up trouble. I don't know that you're going to be able to get away from that.
Well, specifically on the quarter, so I think poking the bear, you're talking about the SEC. Let's talk about just on the quarter, what they deliver is 63,000 delivered vehicles. That's down 31% from the fourth quarter, which was a record. But the Model 3s, which is really what they are baking on being the mass market vehicle for consumers, that the deliveries there were down 20%. And so just think, what I'm looking forward to is understanding how the Model 3 will be from a profitability perspective, because as they lower that price to drive up demand, will that be profitable enough to continue to drive Tesla towards some kind of profitability that investors are ultimately going to want?
If you're a shareholder, do you want Elon Musk being reasonable? I don't think he got to where he is at this point in his life by being reasonable.
I don't think as a shareholder I want to have to deal with this narrative regarding the investment. I would rather see him just keep his head down and just keep doing what he does best. Going back to some of those numbers, it is important to note, I think, that while those numbers came in shy for quarter one, there was some pull forward of demand from quarter one into quarter four of last year because of a step down in the federal tax credit. And I think that is important to note, because that goes to that pricing power thing. We've always questioned Tesla's ability to raise prices, and really there are a lot of incentives involved with getting people to purchase those cars. So, talking about profitability, this is not something I think where they can just raise prices at the drop of a hat.
Well, and that's in the U.S. So much of the demand is coming from Europe and China, and they had some struggles there from the operations side. And to Jason's point, I think the thing we really want to see with them, and the hope is that Elon Musk will do this, which is drive Tesla forward from a car manufacturing company and being able to solve these problems so they can get these deliveries set to where they want to be, and they can manufacture these companies, especially when they think about China, which they're investing a ton of money into that gigafactory over in China.
And just to reiterate, they did reaffirm in the release prior guidance of 360,000 to 400,000 vehicle deliveries in 2019. So they're not backing off of that number yet. It's granted, it's still very early on in the year, but it's worth noting.